What up, you nerds? Fallout here, and out of pure curiosity, I asked you a while ago on Twitter to tell me what your personal unwritten rules of Destiny 2 were. We got a lot of answers that were really kind and noble, and we got other answers. But I combed through all of them to pick out my favorite ones and put them together with some of my own personal rules to bring you the official unwritten rules of Destiny 2. Unwritten rule number 1, if you aren't running a Warmine cell build, don't shoot the Warmine cells. A ton of you weighed in on that one, and TBH, I couldn't agree more. Even though Warmine cells have gotten a hot nerf in Season 15, doesn't matter. Now, I totally understand if newer players make this mistake. They are innocent and new, and they don't know any better, and they don't know anything about meta loadouts, but I frequently play with people who I know for a fact are veterans, and some of them, you know who you are, will shoot every Warmine cell on the ground every time, even if they aren't running a Warmine cell loadout. You're still gonna cause a boom, sure, but why don't you let the Guardian who actually built the loadout do it? Odds are their explosions will be bigger and better because they got the armor mods in the first place. You also might be shooting a Warmine cell that someone doesn't want blown up. Maybe they got on Warmine's protection or something. Doesn't matter. TLDR, if it ain't your cell, let it dwell. Unwritten rule number 2, counterbagging is A-okay. I know for a fact that everybody has an opinion on teabagging. Usually, we can't have a month go by in the community without having some gigantic end-of-the-world argument on Twitter about it. I'm of the belief that context is important, but I usually don't do it because it's kind of a dick move. However, if you're playing PvP and someone on the other team teabags you are 100% in the clear to teabag back if you want. Yeah, sex is cool, but have you ever been bagged in trials while losing, then come back to win the game? I will look on with no shame while my teammates bag so hard that they throw their damn backs out. In my opinion, it's only teabagging if you throw the first stone. If you're just clapping back to someone who started beef, no problem with me. Unwritten rule number 3, always shove your AFK fire team members off the map. If you can, do it with a Sparrow. If you can't take out your Sparrow, shove them off manually. I'm so glad there are other people that feel this way, and now that I think about it, thank God that Bungie can only give you the ability to push people in your party. If you could push complete strangers off of ledges, I would literally never leave the tower. Bonus points if your friend is checking their postmaster or vault for so long that you just keep pushing them deeper and deeper into the tower. Turn it into a game. See how far you can take your buddy before they get out of their menu and wonder what the hell happened. Unwritten rule number 4, if you're playing Gambit, the first heavy ammo spawn is for the invader only. Usually, if you're in a fire team, you can plan out in advance who is going to grab what and who's going to invade, and yada yada yada. If you're going into Gambit solo, though, well, first of all, good luck to you, and if you yoink the power ammo off of spawn and don't go through the invader portal, well, that's just rude. I know part of me wants to say, well, there's no need to take Gambit so seriously because, well, you know, it's only Gambit. But at the same time, damn man, don't make that game type any more insufferable than it already is. Going through the portal to slap progress out of the hands of the enemy team is enough to maybe make the mode somewhat enjoyable. And you're gonna strip that pleasure from your teammates so you can kill Cabal mildly faster with a rocket launcher? Uncool, man. Uncool. Unwritten rule number 5. In PvP, if you didn't get the kill, that green ammo doesn't belong to you. Look, we all make mistakes. Sometimes in PvP, you're moving around the map really quickly, you're jumping and dodging, Icarus dashing, whatever. You're flying around in the heat of battle, and whoops, you pick up green ammo that your buddy was going for that they earned. No big deal, these things happen. If you see your teammate get a kill in PvP though, and you intentionally zoom over to the body and cut them off for the green ammo though, totally different story. Now there could be a scenario where maybe your buddy tells you, hey man, I'm full up on ammo, you get it, or you could ask, hey man, can I get that ammo? And it would be fine. It doesn't always belong to the person who got the kill. But don't just zoom over there like some thirsty vulture and snag what your homie earned, especially if you didn't even fire one shot at the person who got dropped. Ammo is for closers, and that's the way it is. Unwritten rule number 6. If you effed up the encounter in a raid and it results in a team wipe, you are dropping the next rally banner. I really like this rule. Been using it for a long time with my buddies, and I think it's fair. Look, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and it's totally normal to botch an encounter in a D2 raid. Happens to everybody, which will result in everyone on the team having to wipe, and yeah, you gotta do the encounter over. Don't need to freak out though. Don't need to call names or shame anybody. Just admit that you effed up and atone for your sin by dropping the next rally banner. Honestly, I don't really think you can argue with this one. Make things right, drop that banner, ready up, and try again. Unwritten rule number 7. The first time anyone dies when you're running a raid, any raid, even if you've run it 100 times before, you have to say, Well, there goes flawless. I can't tell you how happy I am that apparently plenty of other people in the community do this. It's probably the biggest dad joke in Destiny you can whip out during a raid, and I love it. In fact, there's times when I'm hopping into a raid with my buddies and I'll be really extra careful and play really safe to make sure I'm not the first one to die. You have to say it every time without fail. Unwritten rule number 8, all you raid Sherpas out there, if you're taking a first timer through the Garden of Salvation, it is 100% mandatory that you convince them to go through the fall to your death teleporter. I tell you without shame that I love doing this. And hey, doesn't make me a bad person, because you know what? Totally harmless. More than that, actually, I'm gonna go as far as to say that it brings the raid team closer together. Yeah, the Guardian who goes through will die, but if they're a good sport, they laugh it off, everyone on the team has a dumb laugh together, and hey, you're out there making memories. Not like it's something you can really get upset over. It's just a quick 2-second wipe followed by an immediate free revive. Who's gonna go apeshit over something like that? Tell your teammate there's a chest in there that you've already gotten this week. Tell him there's a lore item in there. Tell him there's nude pictures of Saladin, whatever. Get him in. It is your duty as a raid Sherpa. Unwritten rule number 9, if you see anything weird going on at the tower, immediately get in on it. Doesn't matter if you've got important stuff to do. You gotta pick up a really rare armor mod from Banshee and you're on the clock. You gotta buy an upgrade module and rejoin your friends who are waiting for you in a raid. Does not matter. Is there a really big, long human centipede type situation going on at the tower? Guess what? You're in on that now. Group of Guardians all dressed in the same weird outfit doing a choreographed emote dance party off in the corner. Those are now your new best friends. You don't have to join them for a long time. You don't gotta cancel your other plans, but you do have to join for at least a little bit. It's part of being a D2 player. You don't need to know what's going on to have a good time. Unwritten rule number 10, and we're going to end on a wholesome note here. Don't be a condescending dick to new players. New players are always a vital part of keeping any community alive and ever growing. If someone asks you for advice, or if you catch someone making a mistake, don't full-on lampoon them. Help them out. Let them know what you've learned as a veteran. Hey man, that weapon perk actually does this. It's probably not what you want on your gun. Or actually, if that's what you're looking for, check out this exotic armor instead. Yada, yada, yada. That doesn't mean download your crazy opinions onto a new generation of gamers, by the way. If you have a personal rule that only losers use shotguns, well, you stick with that one, you weirdo, but don't push it onto a new player because you've got a vendetta. I'm talking about really actually helping out new players by answering questions, letting them learn from you, and so on. And there you go, my personal top 10 list of unwritten rules in Destiny 2. If you have any unwritten rules of your own that you stick to, and based on how many people replied to the Twitter thread, I'm sure that you do, let me know what they are down in the comment section. Give today's video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to become a part of our community. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.